people as well for a long time.
Right. There are a rash of shootings that have been happening, school shootings, and one of my biggest disappointments is that all of these shootings are done primarily by men. And it feels like it's another thing that women have been kept out of, like, STEM. Is there a way?
That's a terrible joke.
It is a terrible joke. But, it's true. And so why are so many men being driven to violence?
Well, it's not so many. I mean, the school shooters are a tiny, infinitesimal percentage of the population.
One of the reasons why he's saying this and framing it like this is because anybody who's been paying attention knows that the perpetrators of these mass shootings has overwhelmingly been white, male, and usually far right or right wing, usually somebody who shares in the point of view, the perspectives that Jordan Peterson has, in that they don't like feminism, they don't like the fact that black people and brown people and people of color, that their plights and our stories are being highlighted more. They don't like, they don't like, political correctness. They don't like, gay people, trans people, all of those things. And the thing that separates this from the other type of violence that they're alluding to is that most of the other violence in these other groups is in the same in-group. So most black people are attacking and killing other black people. Same thing for different Asian groups. Same thing for different Latin groups. But when it comes to white people, they overwhelmingly will be able to dispense violence on any other group, which may include or not include other white men. But oftentimes, especially in the cases that we've seen in the last several years, are on marginalized groups, people of color, LGBT people, women, religious minorities, etc.
And so it's very difficult to formulate a policy to deal with such things because they are, in fact, so rare and so unpredictable. Aggression per se has its uses. Males are disproportionately violent compared to females, or at least with regards to physical violence. Females have their own particular brand of aggression, which has more to do with reputation destruction than physical violence. And you have a very, very large country,
right?
330 million people. It doesn't, one person in a million is pretty seriously disturbed. And so that's a shooting a day if it's one person in a million. And you don't have a shooting a day. So it's less than 1 in a million. So It's very, very rare. And thank God.
No, again, this playing around with statistics and whatnot, when you can look at modern nations, other developed industrialized nations, whether it's parts of Europe or Australia or even China, Japan, India, different African countries, different Latin countries, whom they have impoverished peoples. They have a lot of guns and drugs. They have a lot of, all of these other indicators for social violence and whatnot. And yet we far exceed them. And it's not a matter of population. It's not a matter of it's not even really a matter of just the guns themselves, because the guns have been here. What's changed is the explanations for why people's lives are shit, for why people are suffering.